Without the app, I've driven past this dozens and dozens of times. Aloha, my name is Eric West with hawaiianrealestate.org. If you're new to the channel, we're all about teaching you everything you really need to know about Hawaii, but you can't find anywhere. This is a road trip like no other you've ever taken in your entire life, and the spectacle, the beauty is really amazing. It is truly one of the most adventurous, cool things I think you can do on a vacation, period, anywhere in the world. The key though is to do it right and to know what you're doing ahead of time, and while you're driving to have a guide telling you exactly where to stop, where not to stop. And there's two different apps that are available to you, and in this video I'm going to tell you the best one to use. So we've got the two apps downloaded here, Maui, Shaka Maui, and the Gypsy Guide, Hana Guide. And don't forget to look in the description link in the video. You'll see a link to the absolute best app for taking the road to Hana. So the first thing I like about the Shaka app is that there's multiple tours. You've got the classic road to Hana, you've got the reverse way to Hana, you've got the loop road to Hana, and you also have the sunrise Haleakala tour and the sunset stargazing Haleakala tour and the West Maui coastline tour. So just a lot of options versus just one way to Hana and back. So a lot more information, I think, a lot better bang for your dollar with the Shaka tour.
Hey, como mai! Welcome to the Shaka Guide's Road to Hana driving tour.
Woo! Here we go.
I'm telling you right now, hey, it's going to be a great day as we drive and tour together on the beautiful Hana Highway.
The road to Hana. To go or not to go? That is the question. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some of the most important questions you have to ask yourself before you go. And then number two, what's the best way to tackle this adventure so that you get the absolute best memory out of it and use your time wisely. So let's get started. To me, the big purpose of this whole video is to show you where to stop, right? Because anybody can just drive the road to Hana and turn around and come back. But really, it's all about the journey and where you stop and check out the waterfalls and go on hikes. So obviously there's a lot of places to stop. So what are the best places to stop? And that really is the focus of this video, is to show you, hey man, of all these places I could stop on the road to Hana, what are the best ones? And I don't want to miss the good stuff. Okay, let's talk about some of the do's and don'ts for going to Hana. Number one, get the app. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I recommend you order all the tours for the island of Maui because it's just like a great way to know where to go, where to stop, and just really good information. It's like having your own personal tour guide that you can turn off if you need a break, but it's a really amazing resource. Make sure you download the app though before you get to Paia. Do not try to download it after Paia. Best, download it while you're still in your hotel room, and you can get them all downloaded at once. Number two, try to leave early as possible. If you get a late start, that's fine, but it's always best to leave as early as you can, or better yet, plan to stay in Hana. There's little cottages, you can just Google up, Hana cottages for rent. There's a lot of cool little spots you can stay. To me, that's the favorite way to go, because in the morning, you can experience Hana and the 7 pools first thing in the morning before the crowds get there. And the third tip is bring lots of food. If you have any propensity for getting car sick, sit in the front, take your turn driving, chew gum, take whatever you gotta take with the ears or whatever, but don't skip the trip. The road to Hana is absolutely one of the best. It's like a marvel of modern day, just the road itself, the waterfalls that you get to see, the hikes that you get to go on, and of course, the banana bread when you get to Hana is the best banana bread on planet Earth. So just keep that in the back of your mind. You're going for the banana bread. And then my other tip would be, because I've done this too many times, you get kind of stacked up with hikes and waterfalls way early in the trip, and then you never make it to the 7 falls. You never make it past Hana, and some of the coolest stuff actually is after Hana. So be sure to listen to the guide and try to get to the other side of Hana. I'd say, you know, no later than like 1 o'clock so you can see all the cool stuff that's past Hana town. If you found this video helpful, I'd love a thumbs up, a subscribe, and certainly if you're ever in the market for a property here on Maui, or if you're looking to sell one, I'd love to help. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in the state of Hawaii.
Here's what I recommend. Number one, when you first get to Maui, you've probably come from the mainland, most people have, and you're still on mainland time. So I would personally take advantage of that. So you're getting up super early in the morning, you're not tired like you normally would be at 6 a.m. So the first few days you're on Maui is when I suggest you go to the road to Hana and you also tackle Haleakala and do the sunrise. Do that at the beginning of your vacation while you're still on mainland time. And when it comes to the road to Hana, go early as possible. In other words, most people go around, 6 or 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Go even earlier. Leave your hotel as early as you possibly can so that you're well down that road by 6 o'clock in the morning and you kind of beat the crowds. Before you go, you're gonna have to come up with your list of stuff to bring with you. And that's very important that you have everything you need on the road to Hana. Now, the most important thing, in my opinion, is food. Because a lot of people, believe it or not, when their blood sugar drops and they're on this windy road, that's when you can start to feel a little bit uncomfortable. There are places to stop and eat, but I prefer to have some pre-planned snacks in a cooler, plenty of water, and lots of food to eat while you're driving so that you keep your blood sugar up and all your passengers are equally comfortable. So number one is food. Number two, obviously, sunscreen, some type of a rain jacket. You can see here I've got my raincoat because it's always raining in Hana basically. So here's the green building right there. That's the Hana Picnic Lunch Company. So a good place to pick up some lunch. Also cash, drinks, and gas. Or just hang out and play a town and feed the hippies, or don't feed the hippies. Without the app, I've driven past this dozens and dozens of times. Never knew it was there. That's crazy. My favorite way to experience Hana is not to drive out in the early morning from the other side of the island with the crowds, but come out the day before, maybe even in the afternoon, rent a small cottage, and then experience Hana first thing in the morning, and you have time to explore this amazing side of the island. You know, the most common question I get asked when it comes to the road to Hana is, what's the best way to do this? Go out to Hana and then drive back? Go to Hana and then continue all the way around and come out down through Kula? Or go the reverse way, up through Kula, around Kipuhulu? You know what? It's completely up to you. The good news is the Shaka guide gives you all those different options and will guide you through each and every one of them. My preference personally is to drive out and then come back the way that I came. It's the fastest, it's the safest. But once again, completely up to you. You're getting into ready on the road to Hana. 650 plus curves and 59 bridges. Wow. Count them for yourself. But the first stop that I'm gonna recommend you make is right here at Twin Falls. This is definitely worth the short hike. There's 3 different waterfalls you can look at. Hey, one of the questions I get a lot from people are, is it cool to swim in or around the waterfalls? The answer is absolutely. As a matter of fact, it's one of the reasons I encourage you to bring extra change of clothes, towels, things of that nature. But definitely, just be careful, right? Obviously, if it's torrential rain and it's raging waters, I wouldn't do it. And that you're a good swimmer, and if you have kids, you're keeping an eye on them. But definitely, going out there and, even some people even skinny dip them. But I'd recommend you kind of do that, and if you find a private waterfall. But definitely get in the water, have fun, just be careful. So one of the questions I get a lot about the road to Hana is, hey, I see all these cars parked on all these different spots. Should I stop and follow the crowd? And hey, that's completely up to you. You know what? There's people stop there for a reason. There's probably something cool to look at. You could spend 2 days getting to Hana and just stopping and hiking. So you do have to be selective on where you're going to stop and what you're going to check out, because next thing you know, the day could be over. But anyway, it's totally up to you. Wherever you want to stop and check out is cool, and sometimes following the crowd can take you to an adventure. So here we are coming down to Kauai, just gorgeous. Obviously, there's different times of year. best time to look at waterfalls on the road to Hana is in the wintertime when it's the rainy season. Right now it's October, so we're sort of in between. It's actually very dry right now. So this waterfall actually looks better when there's not much water, because you get 3 distinct waterfalls, whereas if it's raging, obviously it just turns into one big one. So oh, look at the river down below there. Man, just makes you want to climb down there and take a swim, doesn't it? But I wouldn't recommend it. Matter of fact, if I fell from right here, I'd be dead for sure. So if you want to walk to the falls, you can get pretty close, but that's a little sketchy. You know, another option to consider with Hana, I've had some friends of mine that just did this. You know what they did? They flew a helicopter to Hana, got in a tour bus, and they drove them all the way back. Now that's ono. Well, welcome to Hana in the morning. Look at this. This is unbelievable. Now this is what I call a crowded beach. You won't find this in Kaanapali. And the link below for the Shaka guide, and I'm telling you, that one single app will make a huge difference in everything you get to see and experience here on the beautiful island of Maui. You know, another cool tip is this: camp over in Wainapa Napa State Park. If you do decide to camp, you have to make reservations ahead of time, but it's definitely worth it. The black sand beaches right there. There's plenty of places on Maui that you can actually rent VW campers. Matter of fact, I've got a VW camper that I rent to people that come here. They all go to Hana, but that's just a fantastic way to enjoy Hana, because now instead of trying to do it in 1 or 2 days, you can spend 3 or 4 days, and truly there's so much to unpack on that road to go look and see. You could do 3 or 4 days on the road to Hana, but having that camping experience is definitely worth it. But certainly if that's not in the cards for you, get an early start or rent a cottage on the other side and make a couple days out of it. If you found this video helpful, I'd love a thumbs up, a subscribe, and certainly if you're ever on Maui, hit me in the comments section. Let me know how your experience was on the road to Hana. Did you survive? Did you stay the night? Did you hit the beach first thing in the morning all by yourself? And certainly if you're ever in the market for real estate here in the state of Hawaii, I'd love to help. I'm a licensed real estate professional. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, I'd love to be a resource for you now or in the future. Aloha. And a couple of things on road etiquette. Now you'll hear some of this in the app if you choose to get it, but here's just a couple of things on road etiquette. And this is really good to remember. If someone's behind you, pull over and let them go. If someone's in front of you, pull over and let them go. The best way to experience Hana is basically by yourself. No pressure from behind, and you're not up on someone's tailgate. So and the second rule of etiquette is there's so many one-way bridges, and the rule is if you get there first, you have the right of way. And where's first? There's a yield sign. If you hit that yield sign before someone else is on the bridge, you technically have the right of way. But hey, this is Hawaii. Give them lots of love, shaka and aloha, and let them go. Always try to be patient and kind on the roads here. That will go a long way. Hey, you know, a lot of people ask me, Eric, why do you make all these YouTube videos? You know, just kind of general information about Hawaii. You're a real estate agent. Why aren't they all about real estate? Well, you know what? My heart is really in helping people. I'm so passionate about this state, and I just feel like if I can give you one tip, one piece of information that points you closer to Hawaii and helps you have a better time here, you know, whether I sell a house or a condo or a piece of land, that's really insignificant to me in terms of helping people. But certainly, if you ever are in the market to buy a piece of land or a condo in the state of Hawaii, I'd love to help. And that same spirit of helpfulness and concern to make sure that you know everything you need to know to make a wise decision, that's there in my real estate career as well. So aloha. Hope you're having a great day.